All right, go ahead. Go, go ahead, Audra. You're ready.
Okay. Hey guys, I just first wanted to say thank you for even taking the time out tonight to help me get going with this launch of my new business. And so I promise I will try to keep this as condensed as possible. Let me just start out by saying late last spring of last year, I was in a really low place. Um, Actually, I was probably in one of the lowest points I've ever been, mentally, physically, emotionally. I was exhausted. I was in a dark place and I didn't know what to do. And then to add to that, I was actually called upon to head out of state and to coordinate a very intense undertaking for an ill family member. And unfortunately, it also had a severe, substantial time crunch. So I was just trying to get by. And fortunately, I had a dear friend that happened to post something on Instagram. And she was talking about all this new energy that she had and how she was able to keep up with her kids and run up the hill and do some things that she hadn't been able to do in a really long time. And it really kind of shocked me because she was actually one of like the healthiest people that I knew. So I was kind of like, what's going on? So literally, I texted her a message and I just said, talk to me, Goose. And so she did. Of course, she called me back and we started talking. And thank goodness for her, she actually realized the trauma that I was in the middle of. And she was in tune to the fact that I didn't even have the mental capacity to understand what she was trying to explain to me about how awesome this program was. So, like I said, I'm trying to keep this short. She just said, here, try this, see if it works for you, and then we'll talk later when it's over. Well, let me tell you, it is what really got me through physically, um, mostly speaking from a nutritional standpoint, because at the time, I wasn't taking care of myself. I was living on caffeine and the occasional drive through, which we all know is not good. Wasn't sleeping or any of those kind of things. And so it really did give me that change that I needed. But in addition to feeling the nutritional benefits of it, I noticed that that basically I was getting other benefits from it as well. She knew that I was dealing with fibromyalgia and serious gut issues. And with that, I was having to take massive amounts of medications. I'd gone through every test and scans and you name it and maxed out every pill that they can imagine until they don't work anymore. And then here, take the next one. Well, you can imagine that's really exhausting. The test would always come back inconclusive. And so the doctors just said, well, here, take this. It's the next temporary fix. It's all we can do. Fast forward, I've now done this ULT 3 times, and I've continued to do the maintenance, the core four since then. And the benefits that I've received from this has been incredible because in the process, I didn't realize I was unconsciously actually cutting back on those medications without realizing it because I wasn't needing them, which is something that if you know me, I could never miss a dose. If I missed one dose, I would be in the hospital, I'd be on IVs, more the tests again, and more scans. So to sit here and be missing days of the medication and then I have the aha moment, that was what really solidified it for me that this is something that's I need to continue with, and that's why I wanted to share it because I know I'm not the only one who suffers from severe gut issues, and so I'm excited because next month I get to go to my doctor, and hopefully, after 20 years of dealing with all of those things, she'll be able to say I don't have to be on those medications anymore. So that's my goal, and I just wanted to share that. One more thing. Because of the incredible products that come with this ULT, one of my favorites has been, it's called the Apothecary. And this has helped me immensely with my severe inflammation and pain, but it's also helped with my severe insomnia. And we all know that when you sleep, that's when your body heals itself. That's when you get that rejuvenation. And so to be able to sleep for more than 2 hours at a time has really kind of changed things for me. Um, and so I don't have to stop and take a nap and in the middle of the day and stop what I'm trying to do, and it has allowed me to be able to really focus on the task at hand, which is really kind of good because I just started a secular job and I have to learn a lot of things really quickly. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this helps me to focus with that. I guess the last thing I want to say is that my friend Melissa's cherry on top, as she calls it, something which was an added bonus that I didn't think would happen with this is that I've to this point lost 4 pant sizes. I refuse to get on a scale. I won't do it because I'll fixate, but I've gone by my clothes and how I feel and how things go. And I just felt like that's something that I need to share with everybody that I love, because there's so many things that everybody is facing. And if I can share something positive that's helped me, I wanted to do that to my friends and family. So thank you for joining me tonight. And I want to turn this back over to Robin.
Such an awesome testimonial, Audra. Thank you so much for being brave and sharing with us. I know it's not easy. I recognize a few faces here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. It's great to see you all. For the people I don't know, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm really passionate about this program because of a few big reasons. My husband and I have always been into healthy, active living lifestyle. We view health as wealth, because obviously without your health, you can't enjoy the things that you want to do in life. So we thought that because of our experiences in life, we were doing the best as possible. So when we heard about this program, we didn't really think it would be any different from anything we were already doing, or something we had already tried. We were introduced to it in January 2019. So it's been 3 years for us. And immediately we noticed a difference. We realized it would be something that we would want to incorporate into our daily routine. And we'll get into a little bit of how it was different in a minute. But we all know that we live in a society where food is abundant and we are overfed and undernourished. I saw firsthand in my own family the fallout from this. I saw at a young age the connection between diet and disease. We know that most of us don't want to think about this. We just want to enjoy our lives. We want to eat whatever we want until there's a crisis or a medical emergency. And then we're like, oh man, I really need to take care of myself. But so many of us are so busy and stressed out. Sometimes it's hard to just get through the day, let alone try to design an eating regime that actually works. And a lot of the options that are presented to us are based solely on losing weight, counting calories, counting macros, and meal prepping. So we might lose weight, but then we still feel malnourished. We still are suffering from digestive problems. We're still tired, and we still have inflammation. So that's not okay. Not to mention the fact, if we're part of the 15% of the population which is actually underweight and needs to put on healthy weight, and they are also suffering from a form of malnourishment. So on top of all that, we have suffering from prescription medications, like Audra briefly touched on. They often are just offering no more than a Band-Aid solution. The doctor might say, keep eating whatever you want, just take this pill. So we know this is just treating the symptoms. It's not treating the cause of the problem. So the problem never gets better. We know what we need is a toolbox for our body, a delicious, appropriate nourishment. We know that our body knows what to do if it's given the right tools. So I'm going to tell you all about a toolbox, a program, and how it works. But first, we're going to watch a 2-minute video that explains a little bit about this company, about the farms where the food is grown, and the facilities that it would be shipped to you from. So I'm going to screen share. See if you can all see this and hear it. I'm going to push play. Is that good? All right. So Purium, it stands for pure and premium. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Okay. So everything is made and formulated by the owner of the company. It's privately owned, small family owned from Southern California. And it is not made or grown for Purium, but by Purium. We have our own farms, etc. It's all about hyper nourishment. What is that? That's giving the body an amount of nutrition that we could never eat or consume by chewing salads or even juicing. And so here we see a little image, if everyone can see this, of what comes in the ULT Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Toolbox. I'm going to briefly go over each component, and really they've all been designed to work together so that we can completely reset our health. Actually, we know that most of us are living off of at least a percentage of processed foods, which are causing a destruction to our gut microbiome. And if our gut is not healthy, as Audra pointed out, then we are not healthy. There's a direct link as well that's been proven, I'm sure you've all heard about, between our gut health and our mind. They call it our second brain. So the first component here is build. It's talking about protein. We all hear nonstop about protein, and we're taught that the only way to get protein is what? By eating meat. And this is not true. Protein is not a meat, and it's not a vegetable. It's made up of a combination of amino acids, which are contained in all foods. The question is, how pure is our protein? How efficient is it? And how much can our body actually use? Normally, if you're eating a piece of steak or chicken, it takes many hours to break down. This can be taxing to the liver and kidneys, and it has maybe a 14% at best utilization rate. There are also a lot of dirty proteins out there like whey, which contribute to inflammation. We see powders at Costco, on Amazon. These are not efficient proteins. So what makes this one different? Well, it's made up of 100% concentrated pre-digested combination of specific aminos from lentils. So it's plant-based. It was formulated by a doctor whose patients were experiencing muscle atrophy. He wanted to flood their muscles purely and efficiently with no waste because they were not strong enough to deal with any more problems. And he achieved that. It's featured in the physician's desk reference. It's won many awards. It assimilates into our small intestines. It's 99.9% utilized by the body, making it the most efficient protein by far on the planet. And it does this in under 23 minutes. That's why it's called Super Aminos 23. So if you're going to work out or whatever, if you wake up first thing in the morning and you have it, you know your body's going to be able to benefit from it within a very specific time frame. No other protein on the planet can give you a time specific benefit like that. So yes. So I take 5. So the program calls for you take 5 in the morning and you take 5 in the afternoon. And of course, you can take these on an empty stomach. They will not hurt your stomach. All right. The next component we have here is nourish. And we see these 2 little pouches. These are actually hemp resin pouches that are compostable. You can put them in your garden. And in them, you receive basically 60 servings of Power Shake. That is 2 meal replacements a day for your 30-day reset. This is raw fruits, vegetables, and seeds that are very gently dehydrated at low temperatures, so the nutritional value stays intact. It's sweetened with a little bit of monk fruit and apple juice. Babies love this, kids love this. Remember, every one of these components is food sourced. It's real food. So your body knows what to do with it. You saw in the video, there's no fillers, binders, excipients, GMOs. It's just pure raw food. Dormant like a seed in its dehydrated state. And then if you add it, mix it with water or a nut milk, then it comes alive. and it is the equivalent, it's nutritionally dense, it's the equivalent to eating 6 microgreen salads. So 2 shakes a day, you're eating 12 salads a day. Now, nobody can or wants to eat that much salad, but our body needs it, it loves it, it stabilizes our blood sugar, even for those with diabetes. So it's a really good thing. Okay, and the third component is to detoxify. Now, you may or may not have heard of glyphosate. This is the active ingredient in the famous herbicide Roundup, made by Monsanto, owned by Bayer, who are currently paying out billions of dollars from lawsuits since glyphosate has been very clearly linked to cancer, IBS, autoimmune, autism. The list is long, and sadly, it's on everything. We can't cook it out. We can't wash it off. It's sprayed on schoolyards and in dog parks. Every single person is exposed to it. The cool thing is, like you also saw in the video, we've been awarded a glyphosate detox seal. We have the only product on the market in the entire world proven in human clinical trials to bind the toxin glyphosate in the entire digestive tract and flush it out. Proven to remove 70% from our system in the first 4 to 6 weeks. It also lowers your C-reactive protein by 75%. What is C-reactive protein? It is an inflammatory marker that our doctors check for because inflammation is at the base of most of the diseases that we're dealing with, including migraines. So this particular product, the Detoxify Biomedic, it's going to lower your inflammation by 75% in the first month. All right, fourth component is regenerate, apothecary. So when do we regenerate? When we sleep deeply. So this product is just organic tart cherry, super concentrated. It's not like the stuff we can buy at the supermarket. This is very, very concentrated. And so it's gonna support our body's natural melatonin hormone productions and give us the sleep we need to really heal. You may have heard that tart cherry has been used extensively to treat gout, certain breast cancers. Also, it helps with cardiovascular health because it's very high in flavonoids. All right, our last component is the cleanse. So this is, these are herbs. These are very gentle herbs that target parasites that set up home in our colons. We all have them. We get them from food, water, pets. We transfer them back and forth, and they like to have lots of babies. So the last 10 days, you're going to take one of these in the morning and one in the evening. And right here, it says deep colon cleanse. Don't let that scare you. You're not going to be running to the bathroom or anything like that. It's very gentle. If you do it 2 months in a row, it's a true colon cleanse because it kills not only the parasites, but also their hatchlings. So that's it. That is the whole toolbox for our body. That is the ultimate lifestyle transformation. You can also add a zinc aid to it to make it the ULT plus immune, which of course we all know is important at this time. And then also, if you're an athlete, I recommend the ULT plus performance because it has outstanding pre and post workout components that flush lactic acid out of our buildup. So, but Audra can help you find whatever is the right fit for you. In between shakes, you can eat if you're hungry. Fruits and veggies are free all day long. Grab the avocados, grab the hummus, grab the carrots, grab the apples, and at night you'll do a plant-strong meal with your family. If you still want to eat meat, by all means, just make sure it's smaller, the smaller portion on the plate. Now, I know Audra had 11 questions of the commonly most asked questions, and then we're going to open it up to everyone if anyone has any questions. Let me just stop the screen share and go ahead, Audra.
Okay, the first question I have is this a diet?
Very good question. So diets are usually about deprivation, whereas this program is about support. So it's supporting what we're already doing. It meets us wherever we're at, whatever our current, whatever we're currently eating. The idea is to add enough nutrients so that we can confidently and kind of just naturally make a permanent and lasting change, and not a yo-yo diet where we feel desperate to go back to the way we were eating.
Perfect. The next question that was asked is, do you have to be vegan to do this?
Absolutely not vegetarian or vegan. While the whole product line, you saw 6 come in the ULT pack, and for the whole company, we have over 60 different nutritious supplements that are plant-based, and they're all organic and can support a raw vegan lifestyle. But you don't you can incorporate it into anything that you're already doing. It supports keto, paleo, gluten-free nicely.
Somebody else said, if I already juice, what are the benefits of this program for me?
Very good. Juicing is awesome. I love to juice. You can still juice, but you're going to notice that you're going to have a feeling of sustained satiation and strength from the protein component that you're not going to ever be able to get from juicing alone. You're also going to notice a major difference in your gut health, because even if, like it was touched on, even if we're buying organic, it's still going to have some exposure to the glyphosate. And so to remove that from our gut you're going to notice a big difference. Also, the Power Shake has a ton of fiber, which is essential. And so like me, you might notice it's going to save you a lot of time and money, even if you're still juicing, because these are going to supplement that.
Awesome. I like this question because I had the same one. Can I still have coffee or alcohol during the reset?
So obviously, the less coffee and alcohol, the better are going to be your results. But definitely don't go cold turkey if you regularly drink coffee, because you'll have the worst headache. Just reduce it to possibly 1 cup or a half a cup. Definitely with no sugar, or animal milk if possible. I have certain friends that have autoimmune diseases who notice a huge difference if they don't drink the coffee, because it's a diuretic and it's dehydrating. And also, if you're going to drink coffee, as I do as well, make sure it's organic, because that's one of the most heavily sprayed crops. And then as far as alcohol, remember, this is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. So if you enjoy the occasional vodka martini or pint of beer, as long as you keep it in moderation, this program is still going to give you outstanding results.
Awesome. And then somebody wanted to know, how much water should they drink?
Okay, so this is, at first especially, it's going to be a detoxing event in your life. So you're going to need to drink a lot of water, or you'll get a headache. As we do, even if we get a massage, they always say drink a lot of water, because it's flushing out stuff that our body was holding on to that doesn't need to be holding on to. So the 2 shakes that we're going to have don't count as our water. We need the medical professionals say we need to drink every day half our body weight in ounces. So if we're 140 pounds, we need to be drinking 60 ounces, which is roughly 8 cups of water.
Awesome. Does this conflict with any medications that I might take with my doctor?
Great question. So we can and should show all the nutrition information to our doctor, but it is really important to understand that this is just food. It's funny to me, people don't eat M&Ms or Doritos and say, is this compatible with my meds? They don't give it a second thought. But once they start trying to eat healthy, they're like, oh no, this is not safe. But this is safe. But by all means, talk to your doctors and your nurses, because they might even want to join you on the program, because unfortunately, many nurses and doctors have crazy busy schedules, and they are lacking in the time and options for good nutrition in their own life.
Right. And then somebody else wanted to know, can this be done while pregnant?
Absolutely. I have many friends that are pregnant and breastfeeding who love this program. It's awesome nutrition for the baby. Just hold off and save the bag of Super Cleansar until you're done breastfeeding and you're done being pregnant, because it's a little bit intense for the baby. It could cause diaper blowout.
Don't want that. What if I hate the idea of swallowing pills?
That's very normal. I do as well. So you can throw them in the blender. If you're going to have your Power Shake, with frozen fruit or something, you won't even notice it. The Biomedic is in a little capsule, so you can open it and just dump the powder in with your with your Power Shake. The protein component are tablets, but they can be crushed and mixed with honey. I know Melissa does that, and she gives it to her kids and they think it's candy. So you do have a lot of options there. You don't have to swallow anything pill form if you don't want to.
The price is a concern.
So, I mean, we all only have so much time and money, right? And so we want to make sure that we're spending it as wisely as possible. So sometimes it can be something where we need to make a shift. So we're not spending additional money on top of all the money we're already spending on food. We're just transferring it. So instead of maybe going out for a $6 latte, we're transferring that to the ULT, which is unparalleled nutrition. You're not going to get this going through any drive-through. And the other thing to bear in mind is that it's very, very, very expensive to be sick. So anything we can do to not be sick is savings. Also, bear in mind that Audra has a 25% off coupon on this program for you. And our Smart Order program, every dollar you spend, you get double points towards free products. So really, it's something we do have to wrap our mind around, in the sense of shifting our minds of, okay, what can we take money away from that's maybe not contributing to our health, to then be able to spend here.
Right. And then what happens after the 30 days is finished?
Very good question. So we're not going to leave you high and dry, that's for sure. It totally depends on you. So you're going to get to the end of the 30 days and you're going to make the decision as to what you want to do. After I did my first 30-day reset, I thought, oh, it's just a one and done thing. It's like a cleanse, and then I get back to the way that I was already eating. But then I realized, oh no, this is something that I can, like I said, transfer. So instead of juicing all the time or whatever else I was spending money on, I can eat this and feel way better than whatever it was I was eating before. And so for that, we have a maintenance program, which is called the Daily Core 4. It includes the Power Shake, the Biomedic, the Aminos, and the Apothecary. And I have, I have many friends who have been on this for over 10 years. So think about it as if, depending on what your goals are, right? So if your goals are, I want to lose 50 pounds, I want to balance my hormones, and I want to get off my blood pressure medication. Well, obviously, this is going to be more than a 30-day journey for you. This may be a 10-year journey for you. And this maintenance program fits that in with that beautifully.
And then the last one I had was, what makes this reset different from all the others out there?
Awesome question. So many things. Convenient. It's very simple. You're actually going to be confused at how simple it is. A lot of people kind of overcomplicate it, but really it takes less than 30 seconds to get your 2 servings in a day and your Apothecary. So the fact that it's simple makes it sustainable. And also the price, as far as once you see what it cost you compared to how you feel, compared to what you were doing, you're going to be blown away that it's not more expensive. So the other point, like I touched on, is the glyphosate removing component makes it a completely different ball game from any other program you're going to try out there. It really is concentrated on meeting your body's core nutritional needs. So it's not desperate for something else. So whereas other programs are more about focusing on just losing weight. And that's it. I think those were our 11 questions. So we did really good. We have 5 minutes left before Zoom kicks us all out of here. So Audra and I would like to open it up to everyone. Does anyone else have a question that wasn't covered? And I see Dana. Go ahead.
So you mentioned juicing. I don't juice. I don't remove the fiber from the what I put in my juice.
Yeah.
You said you have, so on the ULT, that's what it's called, the ULT. So I have a smoothie for breakfast, a whole food smoothie. Do I have to, and then if I did the 2 shakes, do I have to have like a dinner or something like that? Or can that just be my food? Do I have to eat a salad or something else for fiber. So I don't know.
Very awesome question. Again, every single person is so different. So you can tailor it to how hungry you are, right? So if you feel satiated and you feel good, what we tell people is if you're hungry, eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat, right? The body is intuitive. It knows what it wants. And so that's kind of what we say. I am swimming all the time and biking and running, and so I am always starving. It's just where I'm at this point in my life. Hopefully, it won't be like this all the time because it's a lot of work. So I have the shakes in addition to dinner, in addition to lunch, and in addition to breakfast. But I have a lot of friends that are extremely content with just 2 shakes a day, maybe an apple, maybe a soup, and they're perfectly content. All right, any other questions? And also bear in mind, if you think of something after we close the chat, just text it to Audra before you forget, and she will get back to you. And also, we have every Monday night at 5:30 a little refresher Zoom for people who have ordered and they're like really excited and then they forgot, wait, what am I supposed to do? Or even people that have been doing it for 6 months and they just love to hear the testimonials. It's extremely heartwarming and touching to be with like-minded people. So thank you all for coming tonight. If that's it, I will let you get on with your Sunday. It was so great to see some new faces and of course, the old faces. And if you, like I said, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Audra, and I'm sure she'll be reaching out to you anyways. So
And
have
I
a
just wanted to
beautiful.
say really quickly, I think Lori put it in there, but if anybody has more questions or they want to go to the site, if you go in the chat, there is a link that will take you in. And then if there is something that you see and you want to do and you can't reach out to me, my code is in there for you. If there's something, or like I said, just reach out to me and I'll get it for you. Thank you,
Awesome.
guys.
Beautiful. Be
Thank
well,
you.
everybody. Thanks so much for coming. See you next
Thank you,
time.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.